Hi guys, Charlie Tango 1 here, coming back with you with another continuation. This is part 2. What I didn't realise was it stays on part 1 until I turn that camera off. So disregard the other videos where I was saying I must be in part 2 now and part 3. It doesn't apply, only when I turn that camera off. So this is part 2. I've had to amend it on the others. Part 1 1, 2 and 3 have been uploaded because I've turned that off. So you'll see it on the station anyway. Right, anyway, so getting back to this Tinder Sporran. I've marked these out as you saw, and I sealed them, etc. All I've done off camera was I made a continuation with this template to get these holes in. So they're all done now, because if this is going to be an ongoing thing, I need to make up templates like I usually do. So I've done the templates here, punched the holes in them all, so they're all done. I mean, you don't want to sit there and watch a video of someone just punching holes in a bit of leather. So I spared you that. So there they are, that's those done. Now I'm just going to do the dangler, because we want a dangler for each one. Whether you use it or not is neither here nor there, because either way I will be putting a D-ring on, so you know it'll be on the back there. But unfortunately, if you don't want the D-ring, you can't take it off, but you know it can lay down or up, whatever, because you've got your belt loop here. So you just take your dongle off and put it in the bag or wherever you want to do it. Right, I still haven't had Joe McKee get back to me yet, so I don't know what's happening there on the front. So you'll have to bear with me on that one. As I say, I'm not sure whether to do the gusset I do on them is 2 inches. And I really don't know whether, if I'd done a 2.5 inch gusset, whether that would be suffice for him. And he says he wants it a little bit bigger. But how long's a piece of string, you know, as to a little bit bigger. So I can't really guess that one. So as I say, I'm going to I know I've only just switched on, but I shall be turning off shortly, because this is tedious. You don't really want to see me doing this sort of stuff when you know what's being done. I'm just putting a stitch groove in it. Really, it's for cosmetic reasons. It's not for stitching. But if you are going to have stitching, then it's a good guideline for when you're going down. Unfortunate, I've got an industrial sewing machine, but you know, when that was the trade I'm in, isn't it? So a lot of people have got a stitching pony, and they do it by hand with artificial sea loom or sea line, I don't know what you call it, but thread as far as I'm concerned. But I'd rather use, well, then they're trying to keep it authentic. I can understand that. So I'm going to just do these here. I'm just trying to think if there's anything. I've got to edge them as well. I've got to dye them, burnish the edges with my slicker, and then that's then finished. So what I've had to do though is I was surprised. This dark Havana leather that is thick stuff. I've got one here, full thickness actually. I'll show you. I mean that's the full thickness of it. I've had to split it down. Let's see if you can see the difference there. I've had to split it down just a little bit. I really don't know if you can see that, but it's only a little bit because that is quite stiff. Lovely bit of gear though. Excuse me. Really is nice. But this one, so I basically stripped this dark Havana down to the same thickness as this. This is full thickness, this one. I haven't split this at all. So I just go to show you how thick this one is. Right, I'm just going to, my wife's still in bed with, but at least she's not in pain. She's had these, as I say, these 5 teeth out yesterday. And I sent her to bed with some painkillers, etc. Antibiotics. She insisted she wanted a cup of tea. So I took that into her with a straw. One of these straws I use for my survival stuff, for putting Kindle stuff in to light a fire, which I've done a video of. So I knew they'd come in handy somewhere, apart from that. So there you go. That's that done. Now I'm not going to bore you with all the other stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and cut the video down so that you're not watching tedious stuff. You've seen how I do this from the previous video. You know I'm going to get hold of me edger and go down there like that. You know I'm going to do that. You've seen it done, so I'm not going to bore you with that. And you've seen that done as well, so I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm going to, as I say, dye it, use my slicker on it to polish the edging up. I'm not going to be needing this till the latter part of the job, so I can resin in it and leave it to one side, so by the time I'll get round to wanting to put the press studs on this, it'll be well dry, so that's not a problem. All that remains then is when I come back to you, I shall be getting ourselves a bit of leather, bit of grade leather now, for doing the gusset for one. I can't use that because I'll show you. Can you see the way that leather is there? I mean that's how you want it, like that. Just as you know, you want to be like that. On the back of it, as I said, looks like suede. But when you start getting up here on the back of it, see it's looking a little bit shabby. Look, I'm trying to get all angles so you can see just how tatty that looks. You know, all feathery and rough. Looks like I've been over it with emery paper. That ain't no good, because that does that and it does that. So look at that stretch, look. Some stuff you need, that's because that part of the hide comes off from the belly, round at the belly part, round at the side of a cow here. That's very stretchy. That's ideal for certain jobs if you want stretchy material, brilliant. But I don't want stretchy material there, not for this job. So there we go. Right, I'm going to cut you off there, and I'll bring you back a little later on when I sorted out a bit of leather, and I may just cut the shape out so you get some idea of it. Otherwise you're going to be sitting there watching the shape being cut. Well, it's like watching paint dry, isn't it? Alright, I'll bring you back later.